Hey everyone, it's Mr. Mountain Man here on the last day of fall, Halloween, and what better place to be than in western North Carolina, here in the beautiful mountains. We have lots of color in the trees, the leaves are falling, we're going to see reds, greens, orange, everything, and we want to take a scenic drive today in the old Mustang COBRA. We're going to head out to NC9, which is a scenic highway. It is also known as the Sidewinder. It's pretty cool. I have not been out there before. A lot of people say it is a wonderful drive. Little chilly for the motorcycle today, so opting for four wheels. Hope you enjoy this. Come along with me, Mr. Mountain Man, as we check out the beautiful fall colors here in western North Carolina. As we head out to NC9, going through apple country here in Henderson County. There's a lot of apple orchards. We just passed a pumpkin patch, and so high tourist area along here on Chimney Rock Road, as there are a lot of places to stop, not just around the Apple Festival and that weekend of the year around Labor Day, but all through the fall. You can come out here and check out the apple groves. Great place for fall activity. All right, here we are by Chimney Rock Village. If I made a right, I'm gonna make a left on NC9. I do have a video on Chimney Rock Village if you want to check it out. So we are at about 1,500 feet in elevation right now. We're essentially in a valley. And this is, since it's the later part of October, we're going to continue to see all of the beautiful colors that may have already hit peak at a higher elevation. And here we go. Notice to truckers, steep winding road, next 20 miles. This is the start of North Carolina Highway 9. So we are near Bat Cave, North Carolina, and this will run up to Black Mountain, North Carolina, not far from I-40. This is an official North Carolina Scenic Highway. You can see off to the left, it's a little difficult. There's a little river down there. And I don't know what kind of elevation change we're gonna go through because, again, I haven't been on this road, but I've been told it's an excellent road for both cars and motorcycles alike, tourists and sightseeing. And I'm just interested on this gorgeous fall morning of seeing the mountains. So if you want to come to this road from Asheville, we are about 45 minutes to 1 hour outside of Asheville, southeast. And as I mentioned, coming out Chimney Rock Road here to NC9. And we're seeing some reds, some orange, some yellows, and there's the mountains. Going through the gears, third gear, fourth gear, third gear, fourth gear, depends if I'm going up the mountain or not. Well, I can tell you this much, we're not at 1,500 feet of elevation anymore. I've been doing nothing but climbing since the beginning. Look at that. Gorgeous colors. Well, this is when the mountains really show off. This year we were a little bit later with the peak colors because we've had such a moderate and warm September and October. And so the colors held out pretty nicely. And actually, there's a lot of trees left that still hold a lot of green. So, and as we go from Henderson to Buncombe County right now, so we are headed north. But there's a lot of trees that still have the green on them. And they do technically peak at different times, the different types of trees, but there's kind of a consensus on when the majority of the trees are at, you know, kind of their brightest colors when people talk about peak. But as I say, if you come to Western North Carolina, there's something for everyone for almost the span of a month, because you can go in 1,000 feet increments from the foothills of Western North Carolina, which is, you know, 1,000, 1,500 feet, all the way up to where Mount Mitchell is at 6,700 feet. So every 1,000 feet, you know, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and so on, you know, you're going to get colors at a different time. So if you're a little early, you just need to go up to Mount Mitchell. If you are a bit later, then you can go either, you know, stay in the lower elevations, the foothills. Asheville itself is around 2,200 feet. So, again, you know, some people get concerned that they might miss the leaves. In general, you know, October 15th to the first week of November, give or take, is, you know, the best weeks to be here. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this ride as we head through the mountains here north to Black Mountain, North Carolina on this beautiful scenic highway. Oh, that's a picturesque church with the small mountain and the trees behind it. That's pretty cool. It's like a postcard for, or a card for Christmas time with the snow in the background, it could be. Lot of beautiful fall colors still showing in these trees. Certainly have to be diligent when driving this road. It's been nicknamed the Sidewinder, so as I mentioned, I have been on Tail of the Dragon, which is over 300 curves in 11 miles. Gotta have your A game on for paying attention on that one. And certainly the same here, not quite the same amount of intensity thus far, but certainly have some tight curves here that are testing out, yep, the brakes and the gearbox. Oh, this is great. This little hook right here reminds me quite a bit of Tail of the Dragon or driving in the Smoky Mountains National Park, winding up and down the mountainside. Pretty cool to hear the roar of that V8 engine. Running through the mountains. What's your favorite color of fall leaves? Do you like the yellow, the orange, the red? Personally, I like red. I think anytime I see a red tree popping against maybe an evergreen or something like that, I think that's the coolest look. But the bright yellows, and you can see out in that mountain out there, there's quite a bit of diversity in color. It's a pretty good road, a nice mix of just straight and enjoying, and then get your fix for going through some curves and getting a little bit of driving. And with all the rain we've had in the last several days, it's nice to get a mostly sunny day here for the last day of October. Have some cows out in this field to the right here, and beautiful green grass to the left. That's the best part about North Carolina. You really get a mix of everything over here. You get wildlife, mountains, views, blue skies. Lots of reds along my right-hand side right here. They really show nicely against the sunshine that's out right now. So if you notice there, this is a 35-mile-an-hour road. And there are people that are coming in and out of this road. That was another thing, you know, kind of compare and contrast to other scenic highways like the Tail of the Dragon. There weren't really, once you got on the Dragon, there wasn't much in the way of folks coming in from side streets and such, so you could pretty much maintain focus on what's in front of you or behind you or coming up around you. This road's a bit more tame, which is just fine for most. Tight turn. Back down to second gear. Eastern Continental Divide, elevation 3,028 feet, said the sign we just passed on the right. I'm always about safety going through the mountains and driving, but once you're used to driving the mountains, you get a bit desensitized. And there's some folks enjoying the beautiful color. You get desensitized to the curves and the elevation pitches and changes. I remember, you know, when visiting the mountains years ago, you know, that first time kind of hitting these curves and elevation changes, it's a little intimidating, but you certainly get used to it. Feel much more comfortable driving these roads. This is secondhand to me. Boy, we're really getting some nice color in here. Look at this. This is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Got a little bit of a hairpin curve coming up. We have bicyclists here. Extra cautious. Yeah, this road reminds me a little bit too, also to the time I did the Pisgah National Forest ride on the motorcycle. A lot of these mountain scenic highways, they have similar characteristics. But the thing that makes this time different is we want to see all the tree colors. Although I'm a big fan of summertime around here. I love when the mountains are a deep, rich green. That is a great time of the year as well. Now, I don't know if I could drive this road in the winter time, but because of the ice and the snow, if it happened to be, and even if it's not snowing, some of these pockets on the road here could retain water. You can see it's wet back here because it had rained, yesterday. They may not dry. And on the Blue Ridge Parkway, even the slightest hint of ice or snow, and they'll close it. See these evergreens, these pine trees lining the road here. They'll have that nice, deep, rich green all year long. And having some of those in contrast to these trees that are deciduous and lose their leaves are a nice mix. Because once all the trees lose their leaves, it's winter and it's not snowing, the brown forests can get a little bit of a tired look the latter part of the winter, and then it's time for getting excited for spring again. Narrow bridge, it says, coming up here. I suppose that was the bridge right there. If you look at a map, this looks like an excellent cut through between I-40 and I-26 to bypass Asheville. So that's why they have the trucker signs warning truckers not to come on this road, because if you were just to look at from the naked eye on the map, it would appear as if this was a great shortcut. But you don't want to be driving 18-wheeler on these roads back in here. Just passed a nice little village off to my right. Had a couple of shops and restaurants. So the town of Black Mountain is a beautiful, quaint little western North Carolina town, and there are some great local restaurants. And up here on the right is Phil's barbecue pit right over here, and I've been told that's a great place to have some food, some lunch. And that is pretty much the end of the NC9 North Carolina 9 Scenic Highway. We have gotten up to I-40 here, and we can see the mountains out in the distance. All right, everyone, so we just finished up that Scenic Highway, North Carolina 9, the Sidewinder, the Mustang COBRA. Beautiful orange and yellow tree right behind me here in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I'm gonna have to come back here and check out this little town and historic downtown area someday as well. So make sure if you're in Western North Carolina in fall and you want a nice drive or ride, check out the route that I just did. Hopefully you enjoyed this fall look into our beautiful mountains here. And until next time, this is Mr. Mountain Man. We'll see you there. Headed back to Asheville.